they come. Sean O'Loughlin on the right, the captain of Wigan. Paul Sculthorpe on the left, the captain of the champion St Helens. And all the razzmatazz of Millennium Magic. A fantastic atmosphere inside this stadium. The roof is closed tight. The noise hits the roof and drops down to the pitch. And it's bound to get at these players. As much as the occasion, of course, it is the fact that they are playing the old enemy. St Helens coach Daniel Anderson has won all 6 meetings with Wigan since taking over 2 years ago. And Brian Noble is seeking his first win against St Helens' Wigan coach. This is his 3rd attempt. So, we've had Harlequins and Catalan, we've had Hull and Hull KR, and now we have the 3rd and final match of day 1, and we're underway. And here comes Jason Kalis for St Helens. Wigan attacking in the black jerseys, black shorts, black socks from right to left, and St Helens in their traditional strip. And Cunningham will take it forward for them. He'll find Long. Here is Sculthorpe. Bounces off the tackle of Luluai, but Vialicki is there, and so too is Palliasina to bring him down. Cunningham again. Kalis once more for St Helens, driving the ball forward.
Pretty good defence as well by Wigan. They're getting into the faces of the St Helens outfit. They know over the years that they cannot allow Saints to give them pace and give them space out wide. Great defence. They're coming in on the angle. They're trying to force St Helens down that central pattern.
Leon Price with the kick downfield. It skips into the arms eventually of Chris Ashton. And Ashton will run this ball back. Faced by Matt Gidley. Stephen Tyra there as well. That's Pat Richards, the dummy half for Wigan. Richards, 3rd on the Super League goal and points chart, and Wigan get the first penalty of match number 3 of Millennium Magic.
Silly play there by Sean Long. Swinging arm. Bang. Made no mistake about it, and neither did the man in charge, Ashley Klein. Nervous times, not only for the players, but for the coaches, Daniel Anderson. We've already mentioned that this stadium and this turf is really energy sapping.
Great run from Palliasina. Shane Millard waits at dummy half, calls for the runners. It's Fielden for Wigan. And Wigan are halted just 11 metres shy of the line, watched by their coach Brian Noble. Millard again from dummy half. A couple of dummy runners. He runs laterally. Then he brings Trent Barrett into play. That was a very good tackle that was needed, and John Wilkin came up with it. The pass not good. It bounces kindly for Luluai, as it turns out.
Did it come off a St Helens hand? That's the most important thing, not according to the official.
Millard is there again. Back it goes to Barrett. And Barrett will hoist the kick out wide, looking for Mark Calderwood. Calderwood palms it back, but knocks it out over the sideline.
Yeah, it looks to me as though Wellens actually got fingertips to that, but it did not go back to 6. Barrett pinpoint into the corner, and you've got to say that Francis Melly nearly got caught out. Melly never made any attempt to try to jump for that ball. Calderwood, if he could have taken it, it would have been a definite try.
Terry O'Connor is a veteran of many of these Wigan Saints battles. What do they like to play in, Terry?
They're brilliant. I'd obviously say that they're the best derby game. We're talking to a lot of Welsh people today outside the stadium. They've come specifically for this game today. They bought the ticket to see the Leeds Bradford tomorrow and see this game today. It's going to be an interesting competition. You've got 2 very big physical packs playing against each other. The front rows have got to be immense, and you look for Kieran Cunningham all day. They'll be running down the short side.
This is Matt Gidley for St Helens. There is Cunningham at dummy half. And the referee says that Vialicki didn't clear the ruck quickly enough, so it's a penalty to St Helens.
It just shows you the eagerness, so that this Wigan defence want to get into the St Helens players. Pretty strong, just a bit over the top there from Vialicki. Interesting to see where St Helens will pinpoint their attack. Normally they go out into the centres. Will they try to pick out Trent Barrett?
That's a great offload from Kalis, and this is Bryn Hargreaves. And he goes round O'Loughlin, who gets him the 2nd attempt. It's a glorious opportunity for St Helens, this, with Cunningham. He finds Long, and Long spins it to Leon Price, who comes back, skids on the turf, goes down the one knee, gets round the first defender.
Bit of
St
a problem.
Helens turning the screw.
Bit of a problem for Jason Kalis. He's had treatment in the back play,
There he
but
is,
he's
though.
gone into it.
Fully involved. The ball again comes out, I was going to say goes backwards, but the referee's whistle has blown.
It's been concerned as the coach Daniel Anderson. I think he just lost control of it.
There's a really impressive intensity these first 4 minutes. It's a war of attrition for the early part of the game. As Tez said, there's two dominant packs and two big physical packs. If you look at Palliasini and his leg drive, it's massively important for his body angle and quick play of the balls.
It's Wigan in possession with Chris Ashton. Recovered from an ankle injury against Salford to play in this match. Well, we've just seen the 200th Hull derby. This is the way it looks head-to-head between these two over the past 30-odd years. And you know, it is a remarkable thing that despite winning the last 6 against Wigan, claiming 5 Super League titles to Wigan's 1 in the summer era, including a 2000 grand final, it is remarkable that Wigan have the better record in the summer era. Wigan have won 21 of 38 of these meetings.
Pretty good kick and chase there. Well worked by the winger, Pat Richards. Interesting to see that St Helens did not apply any pressure on the kicker, Trent Barrett. It was as though they just wanted to leave him alone. Most surprising.
Here is Nick Fozzard now for the Saints. He'll drive it forward. Was it you, Barry, or was it Terry who said in the pre-match build-up, right at the start of today's show, that when you get local derbies, you throw form books out of the window?
It was Tez actually, but again, a tremendous start to the game. And you look at the chess game that's going on in the minute, each team testing the other one out. And I talked about Palliasini before and his leg drive and the way he gets his team going forward. Look for Nick Fozzard. He runs as strong as anybody in rugby league.
That ball is hacked downfield and it's bouncing very awkwardly. We've seen a lot of that already today, that when the ball hits this lush Millennium Stadium turf, it can do some funny tricks, and it nearly fooled Mark Calderwood then.
It certainly did, and they were looking to get away with that. It wasn't the best pass from Sean Long, and John Wilkin just had a real fly kick at it.
This is the way the day has shaped up so far. The Harlequins just beating Catalan Dragons, and Hull Kingston Rovers hanging on in the end against Hull FC, but a very well-deserved victory for the Robins. So you could say 2 away day victories already. Teams on the right-hand side of the caption. Will it be 3 in a row for Wigan?
that's good pressure
by Wilkin. Oh, Wilkin goes to ground.
Well, I don't think you realised that he thought perhaps someone might have been just chasing behind him. He had all the time in the world, perhaps, to pick it up.
Oh, terrific try from Francis Melly. The charge down from Wilkin. He made sure of ball security. St Helens came forward in numbers, and Francis Melly, the New Zealand international, ever present for St Helens this year. 9 tries in all matches, all of them in the last 9. He's just got his 8th try in the Super League, and the New Zealand international has come up with the opening try for the champions.
It all came about by the charge down, and it got them in a position. John Wilkin was the man that did that, and that was very poor defence. Brian Noble, the Warriors coach, will be absolutely furious about it. No doubt he went for it, turned his head, but had the hands there. I thought he'd taken the wrong option, and would it be classified as a voluntary tackle? Either way, the winger Francis Melly has gone in for the first try, but it was dubious. Was the man going into a voluntary tackle? It appeared that way to me.
Well, Paul Sculthorpe lines the kick up, and an 8-degree target angle, so he's almost trying to thread this ball through the eye of a needle. But Francis Melly, he got a hat-trick in his last appearance at the Millennium Stadium for the Kiwis in a 50-22 win against Wales in 2002. He's underway early in this meeting against the Wigan Warriors. That's the angle that Sculthorpe has got. And Sculthorpe has added the extras. St Helens are ahead by 6 points to 0.
You've got to really admire the way body on the line, and that's exactly what John Wilkin did. He'll be very upset, Brian Noble. This guy won't be. Melly took the opportunity, and Brian Noble knows that the defensive line was to be nowhere to be seen. He has to fix it.
Well, this is not the first time that Wigan and St Helens have met in Cardiff. You may remember when the Super League went on the Roadshow series in 1997. They played actually next door at the Cardiff Arms Park here. Actually, it was 1998 at Swansea, I beg your pardon. My car in 1998 didn't have satellite navigation, it's as simple as that.
You got the country right.
On the road, in the Roadshow fixtures, St Helens actually played Sheffield at Cardiff. That was in 1996. Saints and Wigan have played in Swansea. They're playing now in Cardiff, and Kieran Cunningham has the ball. Matt Gidley has it. That's gone forward to Tyra.
Oh, it's not been seen by the official.
Given it.
I cannot believe that.
This is Leon Price. Now it's Sean Long, and that's inside the 40. But this is a big, big pitch. And we really haven't seen a 40-20 threatened all day, have we, yet?
No, we haven't. And look at the defensive line and the speed and the urgency that St Helens show. They're the entertainers of Super League with what they do with the ball and what they do with defence. They dominate the tackle. And if you look at Shane Millard there, he keeps on pointing at Leon Price, and you'll see him there keep turning the ball inside, make Leon Price do a lot of work.
Good drive from Paliacina.
Look at that leg drive from Paliacina. The only thing that's bigger is his name in Scrabble.
I bet you can't spell it.
That's Barrett. Don't ask Steve-O, he can only spell T-R-Y.
Don't worry about that. They've lost the plot a little bit of Wigan.
Good hands,
but that's good hands, yeah.
Great ball to O'Loughlin. Wide it goes to Mark Calderwood. Needed a good tackle, and Willie Talau provided it. This is the last tackle here now for Wigan, and they're running it with Thomas Luluai. Ball back on the inside, and the bounce to Ashton. He dumps it down to Fielden, gives it to Paliacina, and Paliacina will trundle it forward. He stepped on the ball then.
He's got it back to one.
And it's been wiped down, the tackle count. Well, Paliacina tried to grub a kick. It stood on the ball, moved it forward, so it wasn't a knock-on. Here is Gareth Hock.
Are you trying to say he didn't mean that, Eddie?
I don't think he did, Barry, no.
Well, you tell him then.
Shane Millard in a dummy half, and Thomas Luluai. Luluai gets a good ball away, and this is Brian Fletcher, and Wigan are level. Oh, they will be if the kick goes over, and you would almost guarantee the kick to go over from that angle. Brian Fletcher with a try. He got an important try against Leeds when we last saw Wigan on Sky Sports, and he has just got Wigan back into this match.
Well, he could hardly call this good footwork. It was a complete fluke. Now the referee has given the opinion that Kalis have actually went for that football, got the benefit of the doubt, but they hung off, and that was a good line to run. Good upper body strength. Notice how it did not come square. It comes on the angle. That's the reason why he stretches the defence. It comes through. That's a great finish. Nobody's going to stop that fella from so close.
Well, this is a much easier kick. A much easier kick than Paul Sculthorpe had. And Pat Richards, as I say, third on the Super League goals and points chart. 48 goals, 112 points. And this kick to level matters at the Millennium Stadium in the third match of Millennium Magic. It's 6-all.
Well, controversy always seems to ride on our game at times, doesn't it? Did Kalis go for the ball? I don't think he did. Or did he?
I think he's made a play for that. I think he's made a play for that. Paliacina was the guy that actually...
As you can see, Fletcher running on the angle. That is so important. See how he squeezes through the defence, make sure that a man cannot stop him head on.
as well, though. The dummy run there of Palliasina, he got Jason Kalis interested, which got a one-on-one tackle with an inside shoulder.
There was an element of luck about the Wigan score, but it's 6-all.
But that's the enthusiasm you need in big derby games. You make your own luck. If you're in the right place at the right time, you make your own luck. Great offload.
Here they come again with Chris Ashton.
He's got to be penalised. He hasn't. Sean Long had a second dig at that.
This is Millard.
Well, this has opened the game up. They were just trying to feel each other out in the opening 5 or 6 minutes. But 2 tries, and we're going to see some great open rugby league tonight, I'm sure.
Palliasina again. That leg drive that Barry McDermott has been talking about from minute 1. Getting Wigan further forward on this, the last tackle, and it's Luluai who finds Barrett, and Barrett will hoist the kick, and that will hang, and it's palm back, and it's play on. This is Bailey, and Bailey gets it away, and it ricochets off a boot and straight into the arms of Willie Talau. But when the ball goes up in the air here, there is pandemonium.
It's
Look
all
at
action.
Palliasina.
What about the pass? Sensational. Good position by Ashton as well. Well, this really has up the tempo. Listen to the crowd here. This is the main event today, that is for sure, and they're not letting the fans down.
Fozzard for St Helens. And Wigan penalised for a high shot.
Swinging arm from Gareth Hawke. That is one thing that will not please the coach. Get a good kick and chase, apply their pressure, and you just lose the plot and swing the arm, and you lose 30 metres. Didn't miss.
Halfway, keep coming. Keep coming, David! David! Tommy!
Gareth Hawke penalised, so St Helens start from inside the Wigan half of the field. That's Kalis, tackled by Millard and Palliasina. Here is Cunningham. Showed it to Fozzard, gave it to Sculthorpe, who drives it up the middle, picked up and goes a bit further forward because of the momentum of his run.
Over the past couple of weeks, St Helens have been utilising the crisscross and bringing the man back on side off the inside ball from Sean Long. Will we see it now?
Here is Long. Infield it goes to Sculthorpe. He stands and offloads to Cunningham. Standing start from Cunningham. He gets it away to Sean Long. Kalis sees a hole, goes for Wellens, and Wellens tries to get inside Ashton and doesn't score. The man of steel comes up with a great try for St Helens. It just opened up for him, and he bamboozled Chris Ashton with his sidestep, and Paul Wellens goes over for his 11th try of the campaign, his 9th St Helens try in the last 5 matches. Incredibly, 120 tries for St Helens now.
Just keeping the ball alive. That's the secret of St Helens' success. I mentioned the fact that Sean Long likes to keep the ball back on the inside, but you could see Barrett had come out of the line. That allowed Wellens the space. They start singing, is that the way to Amarillo? I'm not right sure, but it's away to the try line, and this guy is a freak. What an effort from this guy. Excited. More to come, please. That's all we ask.
Just when you think there's nothing on, there seems to be flat pass after flat pass. Somebody with acceleration just moves onto the ball.
Well, a much easier kick for Sculthorpe this time. And this to restore the 6-point advantage. They led 6-0 with the Melly try. Fletcher levelled it up just 4 minutes ago. And now Paul Wellens has put them ahead again. And Paul Sculthorpe here. His 4th appearance in a row. This is his best playing sequence of the year. And he is certainly getting back to his best, Paul Sculthorpe. No problem. St Helens 12, Wigan 6.
There's a simple equation in rugby league. You pull a man out of the defensive line and you can see Barrett is left stranded, and Wellens has got the space. He's also got the step and the strength. Superb stuff. Millennium Magic, that was.
He got a try here in the 2004 Challenge Cup win against Wigan. Paul Wellens. And just a mention of that 2004 Challenge Cup final, St Helens won it 32-16. It ended up being Mike Gregory's last game as the Wigan coach. He has been ill and battling illness ever since, and I'm sure that he is watching at home tonight, and he will have great memories of his battles with St Helens. And of course, while we remember Mike, we remember Steve Prescott also, who is a former St Helens legend, and he will be watching this as well. This is Kieran Cunningham. What a run from Cunningham again. Good solid tackling though by Shane Millard. Cunningham felt that. This is Long. The kick over the top.
It's a good one too, Lang in the in-goal area.
Richards with work to do here. James Graham is on, you notice, number 17 for St Helens.
The amazing thing about this game so far, nearly 20 minutes into it, the difference between the kick and chase in this match that we've had from the two previous, it's just a different game.
It's a big thing that you work on in training, Steve-O. That you work on. The kick chase is one of the most important things in the game. That's why in the first half, before we'd Hull KR, they were getting to the kick, and that's why they were scoring the tries.
Coaches teach you that it's often a sign of your enthusiasm, and if you're being out-enthused in your chase, then you're probably being dominated on the pitch, and that's just what you don't want.
Here's Wellens again for St Helens. He was found by Stephen Tyrer. It's Leon Price now. Wilkin. And Wilkin gets the ball away to Melly. Oh, he looked over his shoulder, thought about the inside pass to Willie Talau. Saints over halfway again. And look, only on the third tackle here. They're in Wigan territory. Cunningham scheming. He gives it to James Graham. And Graham will go forward.
They're in a lot of trouble, this Wigan defence. Some are going up, some are hanging back. Oh, got away with it.
And Bryn Hargreaves did well then. Managed to retain possession for his team. And Sculthorpe hoists the kick. Wellens is hunting this. Ashton's underneath it. Ashton claims it and sets off on a run. But again, as we've seen in all the matches, the players slipping and sliding all over the shop on this Millennium Stadium pitch.
I was talking to Yasin Harris about the downfalls and the trouble with the pitch, and as I mentioned before, both me and Tez have played on it, and you sometimes feel you have to put bigger studs in than what you have, and Yasin said that's the danger. You put too bigger studs in and the actual pitch comes away in your studs, and you slip on the floor, and it's been really evident in every game that we've played.
Last tackle here for Wigan. And this is Mickey Heim. It goes to Luluai under pressure. He gets the kick away, but easily into the arms of Paul Wellens. On the sideline is Bill.
Eddie, we just saw with that Hull FC against Hull Kingston Rovers game how energy-sapping this atmosphere is, and I think it's already starting to have an effect. Paliasina is off.
Fantastic pass, some great hands from Talau. Oh, Willie Talau's got inside Ashton again, and Willie Talau, he's just short. That was a try-saving tackle, that from Barrett. And there's a right Chimozzle there. Who's got the possession? I think Saints have the ball. They have. In the shape of Francis Melly. There's James Roby at dummy half. It comes back to Sean Long. Here is Leon Price. Now it's with Bryn Hargreaves. Hargreaves to Gidley. And St Helens are in. Matt Gidley. Super League, his 12th try in all matches this year, and Matt Gidley now has equalled his personal best, which was 12 tries for Newcastle Knights in 1998. That was an entire season. We're only at the halfway point here, and Matt Gidley claims a personal best.
Tremendous hands to get the winger away. Melly and the step. Ashton had no chance. Good play by Trent Barrett. He had to get back, only inches away, but they were always going to be in trouble, weren't they? The one good thing about St Helens is that they will always stand very deep in attack. A lot of clubs are very, very flat with ball in hand. Not this mob. Just keep it alive. What a sensational inside ball. Gidley, tremendous stuff.
He was calling for that ball when Bryn Hargreaves got the possession, and it looked for a moment as though the chance had gone, but Hargreaves smuggled the ball out and got it to Gidley, and Gidley did the rest. Daniel Anderson has seen his team score 3 tries. Paul Sculthorpe has converted 2 of them, and he's coming up here for his 3rd kick. But I notice he has got, and this is the degree of difficulty really, and it's showed perfectly on that. 35 metres out, and an angle, a target angle of 6 degrees. He really has got to be precise with the kick. And Paul Sculthorpe has got a definite problem here with a boot. Yes, a new stud being screwed in. And that's why there's this delay before Sculthorpe takes the conversion.
You know, Bryn Hargreaves, normally a prop forward, playing on in loose forward for St Helens today. And that just shows the confidence that St Helens have. Over the years, they've played people out of position, and they always come up with the goods, and they're that good at throwing the ball around. They'll throw the ball around in their own 10 yards and go the length of the field.
Was it the pitch? Was it that slip again from Thomas Lulai that cost them the try?
Well, they're happy, and the St Helens fans, and rightly so. That was a magical team try.
It's a party in Cardiff for the Super League and its supporters. And they sit side by side, young and old, different club with different club, all the jerseys intermingling. It's a fabulous atmosphere down here. And Sculthorpe here now to give St Helens an 18-6 lead. The boot is back on, he's hit the post. It's 16-6.
I mentioned the fact about St Helens. They know how to look at the space that they create. No flat running from this mob. And in doing so, you drag out the defence. Okay, he slipped, Lula White, but it was good work by the big fella. And that man has stretched St Helens into a commanding lead at the moment. Wigan's got to dig deep.
Well, Matt Gidley significantly missed the Leeds match at Headingley when he was taken ill on the bus. And a couple of weeks ago that was, and St Helens lost on that occasion. They have a penalty here though now. James Graham's strong run, and an illegal challenge on him by the Wigan defence, Trent Barrett.
Well, I'm glad that Ashley Klein, the official, has started to penalise this, because over the past few weeks it has been creeping in.
We interrupted, or rather St Helens did, with their try. We interrupted Bill on the sideline, so let's go back to him.
We've just seen James Roby and Mickey Hyam coming on. The first choice hookers, Kieran Cunningham and Shane Millard, replaced. They both got through a ton of work early on, and I just wonder whether the pace that this game has set off at can be continued by these two sides. We saw with the Hull and Rovers game that gradually the energy sapping atmosphere got to the sides.
Short pass from Leon Price to Bryn Hargreaves.
A little bit dubious as well. Was it slightly forward? Not according to the official, but this is where this youngster is so good, isn't he?
This is James Roby.
As Bill informed us, the hard work from Kieran Cunningham, and then they just throw on James Roby.
James Roby's devastating off a rolling ruck, and when I talk about a rolling ruck, it's a quick play of the ball, and that only happens, I think, after the first 10 or 15, almost 20 minutes.
Here is Leon Price. Little dab over the top, inventive stuff. Wellens will hack it forward, and Wellens might have got his second try here. The referee awards it. Doesn't need to refer it upstairs to the video referee. And Wellens, it was an inventive piece of play from Leon Price. Wellens followed it up and fly hacked the ball forward. Wellens has got 2 tries here already. Remember, not long ago he got 4 in a match against the Catalan Dragons.
But again, look at the space that they've allowed him. There was only Mickey Hyam was interested in getting anywhere near Leon Price. He had time to just knock it down with his foot, little chip over the top. Wellens says, I'll take it from here. No doubt. Ashley Klein agrees. They're running amok, I'm afraid. A St Helens. Wigan has no answer to the skill factor that has been displayed by the red and whites. But Brian Noble, the Wigan coach, has to sort out his defence very quickly.
Easier kick again for Paul Sculthorpe. Ben Thaler, the video referee tonight, so far redundant. Ashley Klein deciding that there was nothing wrong with that touchdown from Paul Wellens, even though the Wigan defenders appealed to him to refer it upstairs. Well, he missed with his last. Paul Sculthorpe. This for a 22 points to 6 advantage. Not a problem this time. 22-6 it is. Champions running amok.
It's very hard to defend that. Very hard to defend that, Steve-O.
Well, when you see this, I mentioned the fact that you apply the pressure. There's only Mickey Hyam there. Come on, guys, help him.
The thing there, though, Steve-O, is look at the confidence of the players around him, and they just seem to know what each other's doing, and the players in motion, as we keep saying, around the ball.
I think it was Brian Fletcher who chose not to get up with Mickey Hyam, creating that chink in the defensive line, and people like Leon Price don't need a second ask.
I agree with you there, Barry, because I must say that Leon Price over the past 4 or 5 weeks has been playing out of his skin. He really is enjoying himself these days.
Are we all convinced that Wellens did in fact round that ball correctly?
Yes.
The referee, isn't he? That's why they got the 6 points.
Well, he's the most important one, of course. Here is Fozzard.
He's worked hard, Fozzard. He's played 27 minutes there and worked really, really hard.
Whole host of matches to come, of course, tomorrow. 3 more. That's when we're on air. Salford and Warrington, that's the first match you'll see with us. And then the curtain comes down on Millennium Magic with Bradford against Leeds. And that should be a battle royal. The two sides sat there at the top of the table.
Here comes danger now for Wigan. Murray Fassavalu warming up on the sideline, who always gives him a big, massive impact. As soon as he comes on the field, the strength of him when he's going forward with the ball in hand offloading, and James Roby again on there causing problems.
Well, they need to do something. There he is, the big fella, but the Wigan realise they need something to lift their spirits. Maybe a good clean break, or they're running into each other.
Yes, Gareth Hock ran straight into Trent Barrett then. Hock is grounded on the last by Gidley and Long. Hyam will give it to Luluai, who in turn will hand it on to Barrett. Up goes the kick from Trent Barrett. It's too deep. It's easy for Wellens under no pressure.
That's fantastic skill, that. Passing a ball while catching a ball that's as high as that, running backwards, a real difficult thing to handle.
Stephen Tyra now for St Helens. His first derby against Wigan. Rested over Easter, but he's figured in the last 2 matches, Tyra. And what a turnaround for Bryn Hargreaves. He was on the fringe of the Wigan first team last year, totally unheralded close season signing from them. He played in the World Club Challenge, as I remember, and here he is now in Millennium Magic. There's Mauri Fassavalu, but he's halted by a great challenge.
He played for Lee last year, if I remember rightly, Eddie.
He was on loan, Bryn Hargreaves, you're right. That was off the back of Prescott. The ball is skidding and bouncing. Oh, it was taken very well by Pat Richards, that. It was up round his neck when he collected that. Now Calderwood. Nearly at the half-hour mark. Violicki. Contract up at the end of the year. David Violicki says he wants to stay in the Super League. This is Stuart Fielden. Fielden shrugs off a couple of challenges. The third man in was Mauri Fassavalu.
They need a big game from him, Fielden. He really has to stand up tonight.
This is Trent Barrett. Great tackle. John Wilkin back in the side. His 150th career appearance. That was a super tackle on Barrett. High kick from Luluai out wide, looking for Pat Richards. Claims it, dumps the ball down. Off the knees of Violicki. Violicki! Can't get that ball away. That's the turnover. Well, he went down and his hand came up and the ball looked as though it was stuck to it.
That's the side where I thought they would have tested Stephen Tyra out earlier on in the game, and I think that's the side that they're going to be kicking now. Trent realising the inexperience of Stephen Tyra, although done very well there.
The one thing I have noticed about this St Helens outfit, he did well to hang on to it, didn't he? He was on the last anyway. But
that's just good skill.
The one thing I'm really impressed with the way with St Helens is that they are sharing the work. People, different angles, centres running into play the ball area. And it'll be an advantage to Saints late in this game.
Kick hammer. Hold on.
Saints third, Wigan fourth. The moment, the champions in the box seat. in control of the ball with Long. His kick downfield will turn Chris Ashton around. Ashton will collect underneath his own sticks and run this ball back. Gives it then wide and finds Pat Richards. Richards is harassed and harried to the ground by Gidley and Sculthorpe.
They get there in numbers.
Luluai.
They've got to be the best in Super League in regards to kick and chase, the St Helens outfit.
I don't know whether it's me, but I seem to be noticing a lot of players letting the ball bounce. In the previous two games, a lot of people letting that ball bounce. I don't know whether the highlights and the roof on makes that difference, but not too many people confident enough to catch it on the full.
No, you're right. That has been a feature of the matches we've seen so far. Here goes Mickey Hyam. This is a great run from Hyam. He has Ashton in support. But he slips and then flicks a poor pass, really. And O'Loughlin tried to take it on. He loses out to Sean Long, and the chance is gone. Saints back in such numbers, despite a very quick break from Mickey Hyam.
Good play from the substitute hooker, wasn't it? Ashton just slipped there. He was on his way to the try line. Not the best offload. And O'Loughlin could not handle it. But as Eddie's mentioned, super fit. He'll be disappointed, Brian Noble. He knows that they have to score a try before half-time to give them some impetus to go for the second stanza.
Compare that to John Wilkin when he was in a similar position. He showed a lot of composure, just hit the deck, played the ball, and they scored on the next play or the one after, I'm not sure, but that hesitation and that panic, if you like, from Wigan has cost them good field position there.
The ball will skip away almost from Pat Richards. He picks it up just inside the field of play. Then he is tackled by Tyra. Darryl Goulding on, the 19-year-old. He's started to look the part lately. Here is Calderwood. Quick play the ball. A good run from Calderwood too, but Calderwood really ploughing a lone furrow. Now the supporters arrived. Here is O'Loughlin.
Good tactic, Wigan, using that short side. Good run from Calderwood, got them into that position.
Knock on by the Wigan skipper.
Was he being interfered with there, gents?
Well, he will say he was by long, but he wasn't when you see it.
Just lost control of it.
No, you're right.
And that's the difference between a super side and a side that are desperate to get back to their past glories.
Wigan and Saints meeting then here in Wales, and great Welsh heritage involving these two sides. Wigan's Welshmen include the likes of Billy Boston, Jim Sullivan, Johnny Ring, and Scott Quinnell a little bit more recently. St Helens Welsh heritage belongs to the likes of Kel Coslet, John Mantle, Johnny Warlow, Roy Mathias and Scott Gibbs, and of course Kieran Cunningham. Mari Fasavalu is grounded on the halfway line. Roby.
You see the difference in James Roby there. It was a relatively slow play, the ball from Mari Fasavalu, and it was virtually null and void, the next hit up that James Roby made.
Long dabs the ball in. Price read it perfectly, hacks it forward and too deep.
Inventive. He knew exactly what
he read his mind, didn't he?
Yeah, his half-back partner. And that's so important. So pivotal in any team is to get your two half-backs working and combining together. He's having a great game, Leon Price.
Less than 5 minutes to half-time. Luluai to Fielden. Halted by Hargreaves, but comes back for more, does Stuart Fielden. They try and get it wide, and they succeed. They find Calderwood, who comes in field. Mark Calderwood. But Graham halts him. Not much movement forward from Calderwood. It was a very lateral run. Barrett with a lovely little chip over the top. Impeded a bit, and the referee says impeded unfairly. Penalty.
Quick thinking from the talented Australian Trent Barrett. He's away. You can see that Bryn Hargreaves tried to kid the referee, but he just sort of turned his head, but he was having none of it. Ashley Klein.
Paliasina for Wigan. Dumps the ball back, and it's a knock-on from Graham.
He's not giving it.
I'm sure that Graham knocked that ball on.
It certainly wobbled, didn't it?
It was a risky pass from Palliasina.
But there again, Eddie, it shows the difference between the two sides. You know, I want it. I want to win. I want to get it. I want possession.
Maybe Graham didn't knock it on.
Eager.
If you want to judge desire, look at Trent Barrett when he put that chip through. He could have done a soccer-style dive and played for the penalty, but he didn't. He fought, and that's why I believe he got the penalty.
Here's Leon Price. St Helens looking to score again before half-time. That really would dent the Wigan confidence for the second half. This is Wellens, who is on a hat-trick. Good tackle by Barrett, finished off by O'Loughlin. They're on halfway on the last hit.
They're relentless. They just keep going.
Long's angled kick, and Ashton collects it. And he will run it back again, Chris Ashton. Thomas Luluai waits at dummy half. Well known to Daniel Anderson, of course. He played for him at test level for the Kiwis when he was with the New Zealand Warriors. This is Palliasina.
Wigan are not getting over the advantage line. The forwards are finding it very difficult. They're being crunched by the opposition pack.
That's Darryl Goulding. Nowhere to go.
None more so, Steve, than Palliasina and Farsavalu. When them two get together, the earth shatters.
Mickey Hyam, Luluai, just kicks it straight. Oh, I was going to say into the arms of Stephen Tyra, but Stephen Tyra just came up with a mistake and the knock on. He got away with that, did the Wigan scrum half.
Well, that's the reason why they're peppering him. A lot of inexperience there, but he raises the arm. Sorry, fellas. A slight message will go out from that fella, Daniel Anderson.
He's only 18 years of age, Stephen Tyra. And
he knows the quality, though, well, Daniel Anderson, and he won't rip him apart.
Not at all. I was just going to make the point. 50 points he scored already in just 7 appearances. I think the coaches realise when you put young players in, you're going to have to expect mistakes because it's a massive leap.
We've seen it though over the years with St Helens, blood in the young kids, and a lot of them coming through. And it's one of those sayings, isn't it? If you're
good enough,
old enough, you're good enough. Good enough, you're old enough.
See, here's Luluai. Wigan looking to score just before half-time. It would be priceless for them. It would give them hope for the second half.
Now then, can Wigan get a second phase?
Luluai gets to his feet, gets to O'Loughlin. Now it's with Hyam. Here is Trent Barrett. Barrett gives the ball then in field to Bailey. Goes for the return. Oh, flicks it back. And Leon Price picks it up.
A lot of the fans thought that it was offside, but it actually came off a Wigan hand before it hits. It was desperation pass from Phil Bailey.
And Barrett was the man who flicked it into the arms of Leon Price. So Leon Price not offside. Over 32,000 in here for the first day attendance. Well done, the Rugby Football League, and taking the gamble on bringing this event down here to Cardiff, Millennium Magic. We understand that there is certainly a couple of years in the book already, that we might be back here next year and the year after. And don't forget that we had around about that figure for the first grand final, and look what that has turned into over the past 9 years or so.
Yeah, full credit to the officials, and let's get out of here. They know it's a half-time. Kick into the corner.
There's the siren. It's a half that has belonged to St Helens. Francis Melly's try on 7 minutes, cancelled out by Fletcher's try 5 minutes later. But then Paul Wellens and Matt Gidley took a hand. 4 tries to 1 they have scored here at the Millennium Stadium as dusk starts to fall.